Good morning. I decided to do a quick video for you all while I'm waiting for my oatmeal to cool down. I'm having some peach and banana oatmeal for breakfast. I'm also having a little fruit cup so I can grab that. And I will have some peach and spearmint tea this morning. So that's my little breakfast. It's nothing major, but I like simple breakfast. So if you haven't had breakfast yet, I encourage you to do so for a number of health benefits that I learned because, honey, I couldn't stand no breakfast. But, honey, when my doctor put his foot in my hind parts, yeah, I've been finding a way to eat breakfast in the morning. Anyway, I forgot to tell you all another piece of information about the same gender marriage in Christians, Black Christians specifically. It just came to me last night. We're the reason they passed it. Black Christians are the reason they were able and were okay with changing it. Now, historically, Black Christians were pretty much the gatekeepers of morality, sensibility, fiscal responsibility in America. If and I mean, finally, it got to the point that if you can't trust anyone else, you can trust Black Christians. Okay, so let's look at a few things. I'm not gonna, exempt myself from this. We were thinking about, God never said that man could marry man. God never said that, and we were making that clear, and that's true, biblically true, that within the Christian faith, that's an invalid marriage, and it would not be recognized by the church. However, the church isn't the same as the institution of the government itself. They're two totally different things, right? And so we're responsible at it. It is the following. Right in our communities, we have sexual immorality, we have violence, we have addictions such as alcohol, drug addictions. The Bible tells us to take care of the orphan, the widow, and the poor. What are we doing as Christians? Why don't we have any type of orphanages that are owned by a Black church? Huh? And that's because now you probably won't get it now because nobody trusts their kids around Black Christians anymore, right? And that comes from our track record, right? Another thing, anyone built, any facilities or anything for widows who needed somewhere to live after their husbands, uh, or even their wife passed away? Any support groups, programs you supported to follow exactly what God said. Now, most of you stop at we gave some food away, we have a food pantry. You start right there because it's convenient, right? That's what you've always done. So, therefore, that's what you always think about. So, we are contrary to the word because we don't stand up against things that are also in the Bible that are forbidden, but we're willing to take a strong stance on this particular subject. Um, and basically, we set ourselves up not to be taken seriously. We have countless, I can't even find the words for it. We have countless commands throughout the Bible and in the New Testament as well. Things we should do, things we should take care of, look out for, assist, and we don't in this country. We don't do a good job of it, right? So most of the things that are in place that actually benefit Black Christians, it came from the government. It didn't come out of your church like it's supposed to. It came from the government. That's where it came from. And so the government took the position of, hey, if we can help them and help you all this time, why we can't do nothing for them? It goes back to that thing of Christians being so compartmentalized in what they remember. They're a lot of selective memory. Well, let's go back. Let's go back to the Clinton administration and how many billions of dollars flooded Black churches. How much of that do we see evidence of at this time? And they were put in the hands of Black churches specifically. Those funds were targeted specifically for the Black church. Daycare centers, funds to get cars repaired, utility assistance, paying for people rent, first month's rent and deposits. You understand? Paying for car tickets, all of this money was designated for these needs. Look around your community. You see any of it by any chance? So that's what I mean by we did this. We're responsible for this. How are we going to be up in people's face about something when on the other side of this, we're not doing what we're supposed to be doing, and we are sitting in sin and disobedience on a regular? So much so, let me show you something. Black single mothers, uh-huh, we've become so conditioned as Christians. It doesn't bother us when anyone has children out of wedlock. We don't even blink about it, even though it says that child is born or born under a curse. We ignore that. But the Bible tells you don't have children out of covenant, meaning out of wedlock. We've gotten so comfortable with it. When someone gets pregnant or has a baby, we are rarely asking, if that, where's the dad? We're not asking, how's your husband? Your husband been helping? Your husband been supportive? I know he excited about being a first time dad. You see that? And it's a boy too, or it's a girl too. Now, if at the most we will actually say, where's the dad at? Is he involved? We don't even say that anymore. We just sit there, oh well, we already know he ain't gonna be there. So all right, anything I can help you with, when the baby shower. You see that? We do not provide the same level of pressure because and it's still attached to sex. Yeah, they ain't getting pregnant by clapping hands. Uh-uh. That's not how it works. No, you don't get pregnant from twerking. No, you don't do that. That's not how it works. No. Uh-uh. You don't get pregnant because you ain't wash your hands. That's not how it goes. You're having sex, right? And you got pregnant, and you in a relationship with this man, and you want to live just like you're married, even though you are not in covenant with this man. Y'all want to be shacking that. Well, that's what my my mom and grandparents used to call it. It means you're living together and you're not married. Y'all want to be shacking. Y'all want to be living day to day like y'all husband and wife. Y'all want to move everything like you husband and wife. And you're not. And you in there having babies. And talking about married ain't nothing but a piece of paper. Married ain't nothing but a piece of paper. Well, guess what? Guess what? Guess what? To the same gender community, oh, it's more than a piece of paper. And clearly Christians don't realize that neither. They just dumb it down to Black Christians. As long as he give you some money and make sure you have what you need, Don't worry about nobody else. You see that? You wasn't talking about the word in that statement, were you? You didn't care nothing about what the word said in that moment. All you cared about was the money. See, that's what I mean. We are responsible for it being passed because we have no regard, no respect, and honor for the institution of marriage, the covenant of marriage. No, we don't. No, we don't. We sit there and make up fake little numbers to make ourselves feel better, and then don't even look at the real picture and face it so you can actually do something to show these people that, yeah, we have work to do, but we doing the work. And I'm sorry, this is a government, and it will not reflect your personal and spiritual values. You know how many people in this country believe something totally different, and they're citizens, they have rights. So quit acting like your great granddaddy who didn't understand politics and really search yourself. We are responsible for this. If we held talking about holding up blood-stained banners and um, you're too late. Too little, too late. All you know to say, I don't recognize my same gender. Look, it's very clear. This country isn't a place focused on Christ, even with Christians. You want to come running up to people telling them what they should do, shouldn't do, you don't want them to do. Where have you been? You ain't fight this hard for new legislation to protect your community from people getting unalived and everything else, robbed, raped, abused. You see, you get in your nice little fine car and ride right past them. You don't even blink, honey. You won't even get gas somewhere. Isn't that something? Funny. Y'all are funny, but you're not being rational and honest with yourself that, like I said, it passed because it was our fault. It was our fault. Are you comfortable enough to say that? Or you just think it was President Obama, them, they, somewhere else. You don't see how you contributed as Christians to it passing. Your behavior and how you handle Christian marriages, how you handle the church, how you handle the word, how you handle each other, how you handle the needs of the community. And y'all just want to stay cooped up in your little four walls and talking about everybody else and pointing your little fingers. And you don't realize you didn't get the wisdom that this is on your hands because it was on your watch.